And we are joined now in the studio by our political analyst, Dr. Bob Halsworth, to break down Governor Youngkin's final State of the Commonwealth address tonight.
And we appreciate you being here. We always love your insight. So kind of like at a high level, what did you think of his speech overall?
Well, this is the kind of speech where a governor is always going to toot their own horn. They're on their way out, and you saw that with Governor Youngkin. And in particular, I think the three things that struck me that he really spoke about positively was bringing more business investment into Virginia. He talked really about trying to make improvements in the mental health system in Virginia. And also, he talked about what he had tried to do to really respond to the disaster from the floods in Southwest Virginia. I'd been out there last week, and I can tell you a lot of people were very positive about him there.
Now, he mentioned specifically working with the Trump administration, which struck me as a little interesting because when he ran, he really tried to distance himself and then from the Trump administration, and then that kind of changed once he was in office.
Yeah, this was interesting to me. Perhaps the most interesting line in the speech was he praised the fact that he was working with the Trump administration. And the reality, however, the political reality, is that had been a disaster for the Republicans in Virginia. And interestingly enough, as Donald Trump became less popular, Governor Youngkin seemed to attach himself more closely than ever to President Trump. And you saw the effects of that in the election, where all of a sudden the Democrats had a win of historic proportions, a better win than they had had in the governor's race in 60 years, and took 13 seats from the Republicans in the House. So that political legacy is really a negative one.
Yeah, and when you think about like listening to his speech, one thing that I feel like he was missing was legislative accomplishments. So kind of going forward and looking at Spanberger inauguration on Saturday, what are some of the things that maybe she can focus on that were missed opportunities for Governor Youngkin?
Well, I would just say it's going to be a little easier for her in terms of legislative accomplishments because she's working with Democratic majorities. He was working with Democratic majorities and really couldn't get too much out of them. They were on loggerheads on many issues. Governor Spanberger is very, very disciplined, and what she's going to do is she's really going to focus on the themes of that campaign, is really trying to lower costs for Virginians and make things more affordable. The challenge for her is that it's not easy to deliver on that. Are your electric bills going to go down tomorrow? Do you expect your health care bills to go down? Are grocery costs going to go down? Those are going to be big challenges. And to her credit, I think she's put together a very competent team, and we'll see whether she's able to deliver.
I think we can squeeze in one more question. You hinted at his legacy. What will Governor Glenn Youngkin's legacy be?
You know, in some ways, I think people are going to remember him more for how he started out, with the Parents Matter argument that he made during COVID time, trying to get kids back to school. I think those are things that people are really going to remember more than some of these accomplishments that he touted this evening. And by and large, he still has that challenge because he was working with a Democratic legislature. He doesn't have the same kind of legislative accomplishments that what we think of when we think of a gubernatorial legacy that's actually transformational.
Right, and he's only got a couple more days. So thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate your insight.
Great to be with you again.
And you can read more on Governor Youngkin's speech by heading to our website, WTVR.com, or you can download the CBS 6 app.